Okay, Cynthia, please screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is just go through, and if you don't mind, go ahead and mute your mic because I'm getting feedback. There you go. Thank you. And Cynthia, if at any point you have questions or anything, please unmute and we'll go from there. But I'm just going to go through this and I hope that I capture everything. Again, I have to be done in about 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and so we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible because we used about 5 minutes waiting for everybody to show up, so I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, so what you're looking at right here is my screen for the internship class. You guys as students don't have access to this. You won't have access to this until tomorrow. So tomorrow, students will be loaded into here. Even tomorrow, there may be limited access to some of these documents that are shown right here. All of these are hidden right now until I update and get some more things done with them. So, but when they do open, I just wanted y'all to have an awareness of what they were. So, of course, internship handbook is going to be here. So you will go through and access the internship handbook here, and any kind in the syllabus is here as well. And then really what is most important that I want to direct your attention to are the required internship documents. So that's going to be within this tab right here. So if you click on this tab, the first thing that I need you to do is go through all of these forms and fill them out and resubmit them. So proof of professional liability insurance, I need either a copy of a card, I need some sort of proof that you are paying for professional liability insurance. So I need that turnaround pretty quickly. The next one is the acknowledgement of internship practices. And let's see, that is not uploaded yet, so I need to get that form there. The personal data sheet is the one that's really important. This is more information about your placement. So let me pull that up and make sure that that is completely filled out so that I know exactly how to get a hold of your site supervisor, where your internship site is, and all that great stuff. So that needs to be resubmitted to Blackboard as well. And then the waiver of liability, that's located in here. And then the educator code of ethics, or the intern code of ethics, needs to be signed and returned here. Okay, so those are the forms, the documents that need to be turned back in no later than 2 days into the semester. So classes start the 20th. I need all of this back in by August 22nd. At the latest, I need it back in early morning on the 23rd. Okay, so I'll make that paperwork available so that you can go ahead and start working on it right now. Well, right now as in probably tomorrow when the class is active and open. So I went over the required internship docs. The goals and objectives are another important document that needs to be completed. The turnaround time is not nearly as tight on the goals and objectives, because for the goals and objectives, I would like for you to meet with your site supervisor or your mentor, and you need to choose 3 to 5 goals. And those goals need to be very much focused towards what is your goals in the internship. So for example, I have on here, if you've taught in an elementary school and you've attended elementary IEP meetings and you're pretty familiar with that process, but you've never taught in a secondary school before, some of your objectives need to be to get familiar with secondary IEP meetings. Or if you don't have a lot of testing experiences, one of your goals is maybe to be proficient in report writing in assessment. So 3 to 5 goals that include objectives, how you're going to get there, and those goals are really, really going to drive your internship activities. So I want to be able to review those So I don't have a due date on those yet, but we will, I will, when we open up Blackboard, I'll have a due date for those internship goals and objectives. As you know, in the internship, you have to complete at least 300 clock hours of activities. And so you'll see that your activity logs 1 through 8 and 9 through 16 are right here. This is where you're going to submit your activity logs. So here is a copy of your activity log. Matter of fact, I need to update this one as well. This is an old activity log. So I'll update this one, but you're going to access the activity log, and then you're going to go back and you are going to upload those activity logs for every 20 hours that you complete. So for every 20 hours, you're going to upload the activity logs, and you'll upload them to this link right here. Let me see. Right now, those are not, it doesn't look like those are active, so I'll get those active. But every 20 hours, you need to complete the activity logs. Okay, site supervisor forms. These site supervisor forms are right here. These are for your mentor or your site supervisor. Here's the agreement that your site supervisor needs to sign and return back right here no later than 2 days into the internship. So no later than, I'll extend it to the 23rd. No later than the morning of the 23rd, I need to have these back in place. Your site supervisor is also going to be required to sign to conduct 2 evaluations of your performance. The first one is about midway through. So this is where they are you're going to access this supervisor report. You're going to provide this to your supervisor or your mentor. And he or she is going to complete this. Maybe they'll give it back to you to upload here. If they would rather not, please give them my email and tell them that they can email it directly to me. By the way, your site supervisors, once I get your data sheets back, your site supervisors will be giving me, or I will be getting them an email, just kind of a welcome email, and they'll also get this, they'll get the handbook, and they'll also get this form as well. And then they're going to do a final internship report. Again, I'll have the dates on here and posted for you so that you know what dates those are due. And then the very end is a certification of hours completed. Your site supervisor will complete that form just to verify that you successfully completed the at least the 300 clock hours. Any certificates of training, in-services, documentation, anything like that can be uploaded here. If you, in your activity logs, have stated that you spent 15 hours at an in-service on applied behavioral analysis, then chances are you have a certificate, and this is the point that you would upload any certificates or trainings or proof of completion documents. Okay, so far, before we move on, what questions? Cynthia, do you have any questions? Let me move this over here.
I do, actually. One of the questions is going back to the required internship documents. You stated we need to complete and make sure that we have liability insurance. Is that liability insurance we personally carry for ourselves, or do we have to go to whatever district we're going to work at and go talk to the HR about their liability insurance?
It should be insurance that you already have as an educator. Do you have professional liability insurance?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I know that with APS, we have our normal kind of insurance, but we're part of the union, so I don't know. Like, that's not been something that's ever been addressed with us.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's funny. In the last year, I have been really, really surprised at the amount of educators that don't know if they have professional liability insurance. It's really critical, especially as a diagnostician. So what I would suggest that you do is go to your HR or your payroll and see if it's being automatically deducted from your paycheck. Maybe you signed up for it at the very beginning of the school year or something, and if you have it and it's been deducted from your paycheck every month, then that's even better. If you don't, I will provide information on how to get student access to a temporary professional liability insurance. So I will provide you information on how to do that. But just check around. Okay. Let me see here. Cynthia, did you have any other questions before I move on?
No, not currently. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So this is just, like I said, I wanted y'all to get familiar with what your internship Blackboard is going to look like. I need you to check this periodically. And I especially need everybody to check their USW email periodically so that we can make sure that we're communicating the best we can. I know that at some schools and when you're at work, it's hard. It's hard because some people have firewalls against, the different sites, but maybe make it first thing in the morning, make it in the afternoon, that you get used to just log into your USW email. Okay, we are going to now, let's go over, let me see, the handbook, which will be accessible on the Blackboard site, and you can read through the handbook, but what you need to really pay attention to is there's a section down here on the internship and testing, but really the internship is what I'm most interested in this handbook. So make sure that you read through the internship information here, and it's got some steps for your mentor teacher as well, some things that he or she is going to do for you as you move on. As you all probably know, you have to register for an internship every 8 weeks. So I like to stress being efficient. If you can get paperwork turned back in prior to the 20th, that is even better, so that beginning on the 20th or even before, you can start collecting those hours. And I was going to try to pull up the log here so that I could show everybody what the log looks like. And I'm not sure if this is the updated log, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up anyway. So just remember, for every 20 hours that you get, now this is the old log, but you'll get I'll explain it to you. You'll get the gist of it. For every 20 hours completed, make sure that you upload this back over to Blackboard. So basically, it's just kind of an old school log. You're going to type or write in what you've done, and then you're going to put however many hours designated in each one of these categories. So as we move on, I'll continue to hold online meetings. We will have another online meeting the first week of classes, and that way we can make sure that all of the required paperwork is in, that everybody has a site supervisor and an internship site that has been approved. So everybody needs a plan on the first week of classes, that one of those evenings that we are going to have an online meeting. It shouldn't take too long, but just enough for us to all communicate and make sure that we're up and going in this internship, because I want to maximize your time in this internship. So if you can get the required paperwork completed to me quickly, and you've got some in-services or you've got some things coming up in the next couple of weeks that you really want to get in on, that you can think you can start collecting these hours, then I want you to be able to do that. You cannot collect hours until you have my approval. You won't get my approval until you get those required documents turned back in to Blackboard. So the most important thing right now, and this is why I'm showing you, are the required internship docs and these goals and objectives. Okay, these are the two most important things right here. because I want you to be able to start collecting hours as quickly as possible. You could feasibly start collecting hours before the 20th. So if you've got teacher in-service training or something that's coming up that's relevant to the area of special education, then please, by all means, do that. But you cannot start collecting hours until we have all of the documents needed. Cynthia, any questions?
No, not right now.
Okay. Let me see here. What else did I have? Your log will have a little bit of a code here. That way, that can kind of guide you in the hours that you're getting. Students typically have a lot of hours within the IEP meetings. Cynthia, I'm sorry, I just got a text saying that there are a few students waiting for the meeting to start.
That's okay.
All right, let me see what's going on. They're somewhere. Cynthia, where did you get this link to come into this meeting?
It was from the email that you sent back, I believe, in July.
Okay. Good grief.
You sent it on July 23rd.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna finish up here. I'm gonna give you an. I want to give you to ask any other questions or anything right now, but then I'm gonna have to click over and something's going on that they're not able to get into this meeting.
That's fine. I don't have any questions right now. I think you answered the main ones. I'll just get started on the paperwork component and then go from there. So.
Okay. Well, and as needed, if you have any questions about the paperwork, just remember that everything won't open probably till about 5 or so tomorrow. I think that's when they were planning for the student enrollments to happen. So don't panic if you can't access that tonight. But tomorrow afternoon, you should be good to go.
So that's probably 5 tomorrow morning or 5 tomorrow evening?
5 tomorrow evening.
Okay. So technically, we would probably be able to access everything fully for sure by Friday and be able to download all the paperwork.
Absolutely. You should be able to access everything by tomorrow evening at the latest. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and then I'm going to have to go back and see what meeting that what link that they have that they're waiting to meet on. So let me jump back over to them, and then Cynthia, if you can't access anything or you have any questions, please feel free to either text me or email me.
Okay, perfect. So do I need to stay online, or we're done? Me and you are done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. I don't want to keep because I'm probably going to have to catch them up, and I'm going to tell them the same thing I just told you.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for all of your information, and I'll review all those documents and see what kind of questions we have.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.